Name is Sunita Woolen, and my start with Lincoln Village was my daughter, Sydney, attending the preschool. I had just moved back from Austin, Texas, and I was looking for a preschool. Sydney has been at Lincoln from preschool to now she's in fifth grade. During the pandemic, I had her tested, and she tested in third grade at an eighth grade reading level. Lincoln Village has taught me a lot about community and just even the resources and connections that I've made have helped some of my next level dreams come into reality. Um, I was able to transition from education until the government sector, and I was able to make some of those connections through Lincoln, even with different certifications and connections that led me to that position. And even through prayer, through our Bible studies, and just the mentors that I had. And we've been able to pray together and pray for those things that I've wanted. And a lot of those things have come true since I've been here at Lincoln. So I told God that if I had to move back to Huntsville, that I needed Him to put me around people that I can pour into and people that could pour into me. And so I was actually looking for Lincoln Meal, the USDA program, and I found Lincoln Preschool, and I saw the cute little kids in uniforms, and I'm like, oh my goodness, they are so cute. What is this? And so I found the sign on the door and called, and that's how I was really first introduced with the preschool with Sydney. And then they did Moms and Muffins, and Toya Poplar was the person who did it at the time. And it was really inspirational to me because I was in such a low place, just separated from my husband, and just in a new place, and just really going through. My dad had just passed, and those Moms and Muffins allowed me to connect with just God and other women that were going through the same thing. So you could talk to them about, oh, my toddler's doing this. Yeah, my daughter's doing that too. Maybe you should try this. And those were really beautiful times. And it was sometimes where it was just me and Toya by ourselves. And she was a licensed counselor. So she really just took the time to counsel me. And I just felt like it was God giving me hugs. One of the things that I've learned the most is being obedient to the Holy Spirit, even when it doesn't look like. God said He'll make the first last and the last first. And sometimes growth doesn't look like what you think it should look like. And so I felt like Lincoln might have been a step backwards, but it was really a huge step forward. And I would not have made the progress that I made at Lincoln without being willing to step out of my comfort zone and seek community outside of what was the norm for me. If it was a prayer night or a workshop or a community night, I was present for all of those things, and that allowed me to meet other women that I could kind of co-parent with. If I'm working late and I'm not able to pick up my child, I have a friend that can go do that. If I don't feel like cooking dinner, I got a friend who cooked dinner, and I reciprocated and did those things in return. Those are the things that you don't know that you're going to get. And so with make sure that you're moving in purpose and try to move forward. Try to always go for something positive and move towards positive things. And as long as you're moving, God's going to show up. I really feel like Jetta was the perfect coordinator for me. When I first met her, I was really negative. So I was just really in a bad place. And she was like, aren't you so excited about moving into Lincoln? And I was like, I feel like I've had my degree for a long time and I'm still taking a step backwards. So I wasn't excited about it. And she still was not, she still didn't hold it against me. And over the years, we prayed together. And I really feel like that was one of the biggest things was mindset. I was able to really develop my relationship in God. I was able to get into my war room and my closet and pray through some things and break some chains. And Jetta was there with me. What can I pray with you for? Okay, Sunita, we talked about these things. So what are you doing to make those things happen? So I feel like I had an all-in-one with Jetta being my mentor. I mean, my coordinator. I had a mentor. I had a prayer partner. I had an accountability partner. And it was just so many little things that made the Lincoln program work. My daughter Sydney is now in 5th grade. Last year, they tested her at the end of the year, and her reading scores tested 10th grade level. She still is friends with her teachers from kindergarten. Valentine's Day just passed, and she had a Valentine's Day card for all of the kids in her class, but also for all of the teachers, because she's developed that type of connection with each and every one of the teachers in the school. And just Bible, her level of Bible knowledge and just school knowledge is amazing. And I feel like I made the right choice with allowing Sydney to go to Lincoln School.
Hi, so I'm Sydney, and I am 10 and in 5th grade. I have been going to Lincoln for 7 years, and I started in preschool, so more than half of my life. And I have friends at Lincoln that's been there since preschool with me too, and I think I have good relationships with some of my friends. I like that it's Christian, and I like that we can learn about the Bible. Like, we were learning about Solomon this week and David and everything, and we learn it every year, so it's not new. And I love my teachers. I have a good relationship with them too. We're kind of friends. And I think that besides the Bible, I have good friends, and so it helps them and me become better. And I have fun at Lincoln. We do projects, science projects, Bible projects. It's just fun. And we have pizza on Friday, and every year there's at least one new student, and there's a lot of new students that we get to interact with them. And we go on fun field trips, like we went to a play. We went to 3 field trips, and we go with a class. So like, we won't just be the only class from Lincoln. Like, it'll be 4th and 5th, or 3rd and 4th. And so we travel. Sometimes we go places, and it's really fun. And we get surprises. Oh, and we do Science Day, which is a day where we get to do science projects. It's like school, but it's fun because we do science projects. Like, we made a lava lamp, homemade lava lamp, and we do Wednesday worship. So every Wednesday, every morning, go downstairs. Go upstairs, and we praise, and we sing songs and dance, and it's really fun. So at summer camp, every Wednesday we go on a field trip. Like, we went to Bravo one time at the field trip. We went to a crystal cave, but I wasn't there. And last year, on the first day we went to Smith Lake, and that's where we had lunch, and we go swimming. We get swimming classes at the auditorium, and we also go to the gym, and we play basketball, and I like to play basketball. And we do baseball. We go to the gym, and so it's really fun. And we go a lot of places, and they have a lot of field trips available. Like, sometimes Smith Lake was really fun. We went on the jet skis. We swam on a floaty, like a big floaty, and we did surfing, and we were on the boats, and we were jumping in the water. It was very fun. And they provide us lunch, they provide us water, they provide us snacks, and And on the last 3 days of camp, you get overnight. So you stay 3 days overnight. And so that's really fun. And also at summer camp, one time I swam in front of the whole camp because they surprised me. I didn't know what I was gonna do because everybody else on my team had went up there, and I was like, I want to go up there and do something. One was a plank thing, who could hold the plank the longest, and it was girls against boys, but we still won. And so they didn't tell us what the activity was. So I go up there, and they're like singing, and so I'm so happy. I'm jumping up and down, and we talking about, and we were singing, we don't talk about Bruno, because it was new at the time, and we watched it Canto, and it was very fun. And then at the Smith Lake, I jumped off the balcony, which that was very scary because I was like, yeah, no, that's too high. Because I was scared to jump off the diving board. The balcony is like a couple feet high. That's high. And so one of the employees, he helped me jump, and we jumped. And it was actually fun, but I didn't want to do it again. And then we went down the water slide, and we also do a lot of stuff there. Like we go everywhere. Really, we just have fun. It's fun at the summer camp. And some of my friends that go to school with me come to summer camp every day with me. And we walk together. Me and my friend Chris walk together to school. We walk because we're right next to school, so it's very easy for us. So usually we're not late, and it's very fun, and we could just walk. We won't be late. And on Wednesdays, all the field trips, we have to get there, and my friends are here, and we get to play together, and we get to be on the same team because girls and boys, most of my friends are girls. So, and that's really how it is. When I go to school, I'm happy because we can start out. I didn't talk to my friends, and Mr. Adams, he greets me at the door, and it was very fun. And then our PE teacher, Coach Dawson, and Mr. Lyle. And Mr. Lyle, he was so fun. We also do Learning Lab there. So he was part of Learning Lab and PE. And Miss Bodine, the 8th grade teacher, she's part of Learning Lab too. And Miss Morgan, she's part of Learning Lab. And so every day after school, I get there, and then I go to Learning Lab. We go outside, do our homework, and usually we go back outside. And Mr. Lyle and Coach Dawson and all the teachers, I feel a connection to the teachers, and Mr. Adams and Mr. Lyle, and it makes me feel good, it makes me feel safe. And what we learn about is interesting. Learn about history, Civil War, the Revolutionary War, the laws that were passed by the British, and William Shakespeare, Queen Elizabeth, King Tut, the presidents, the first ladies. It goes on and on and on. And so it's really fun, and we do projects and all, and we get to go out to recess. Like every class goes out to recess. I know that in normal school, like in regular school, public school, like 8th grade or something might not go out to recess. But everybody in the school goes out to recess. And our class doesn't go by ourselves to recess. We go with 4th grade and we play Nuco. Nuco is a game where you have a volleyball and you got to throw it over the net and catch it. And if you don't catch it, then you're out. And if somebody catches it one-handed, then you can get back in. And we play a lot, and we play tag, and we exercise, and it's really fun. So what I've learned about God at Lincoln is that He watches over me, and He protects me, and that I look up to Him. I pray, and we do a lot of stuff about God. We learn about the Bible, we do research, we learn a lot of stuff from the first book Genesis to the last book, Revelations. And we learn the books of the Bible, we recite them, we have a Bible verse every week that we have to recite. And Bible is a test grade. And so it's very fun to learn about the Bible and all the amazing things that has happened, like how Abraham has to wait a lot of years to have children, and about how he doubted God, and about how Sarah doubted God, and then even about Adam, about how he let Eve deceive him, and he let Satan deceive him, and about how he even blamed both of them. And we learned about David and about how Goliath, and we learned about everything. We learned about how he became king, how he was anointed by Samuel, and we learned about Solomon like 3 days ago. We learned about he had 700 wives and 300 girlfriends. And that is a lot. It's 1,000. And so he was the king, and he started going away from God, and God promised that he would help him if he was obedient. So, but he wasn't obedient, and for David's sake, Solomon is David's son. For David's sake, he was gonna wait till after Solomon died and put it on his son. And so a new reign of king came, and about how about how God parted the Red Sea, and when the Egyptians were trying to go after them, it just washed them away. And we learned about Saul, about how he didn't like God, and he was persecuting the Christians, and then he went blind for a while, and one of God's prophets came and cleared him, and he could see, and he believed in God because about what he did to him. And he heard a voice say that in the middle of the road, and there was just a bright light. And even about how Moses first heard God, and about how Solomon, he asked for one thing, and usually kings will ask for be the best king, for riches, but Solomon asked for wisdom. And also we learned about how Moses' mom said that she would just wanted a son, and that she would devote the son to Jesus and God, and that's how it happened.